Hello, this is Mohammed. Today I'm going to share how we can do VNet pairing. First of all, why you need VNet pairing, because if you need to communicate in between resources of two different VNet of the same virtual network of one region, then we can use VNet pairing. So this is somehow continuation of my previous two videos regarding VNet and subnet. So let's start from the rest of this part of this video, showing some diagram and using some resources which I have created before. First of all, I like to show the diagram first here. In this diagram, you can see that we are going to communicate with VNet pairing with private IP address in between these two virtual network named VNet 1 and VNet 2. And actually, we're going to communicate the subnets virtual machines in subnets with two different VNet with the same resource group and same region. So for this reason, I need to log in on the portal.azure.com at first with my credential. I need to log in at first. Yeah, if you see from the home with all the resources so far, we have created here. We can see this one. These are the recent resources. Recently, for this demonstration, I create a resource group that's named resource group VNet. If I go to the home page, resource groups, we can see this resource group here that's named VNet resource group. And afterwards, we create, I have created to one virtual network. If I click on the virtual networks, I can see that this is the virtual network 1. And I need another network here that's named virtual network 2. I'll create that one a little bit later now. And I need a couple of virtual machine according to the image of this one. I need two virtual machine in VNet subnet 1 and one machine in subnet 2. And I need to create another virtual machine in VNet 2 subnet 3. So let's create this VNet 2 subnet 3 and this virtual machine. Then we can demonstrate the VNet pairing. So for that reason, I go back to dashboard of the portal.azure.com and I need to create this subnet. That's why I click on this virtual network and then create, and then it'll ask for the virtual network name. Before that, I need to select the resource group. I select this resource group and VNet 2 as the name of my new VNet, and with the same region and next IP address. I delete this default IP I have from here, and according to the image, I need to give is 172.16.0.0/16, just to make sure that is our IP 172.16.0.0/16. And we need a subnet in this VNet that is 172.16.1.0/24. I give its name subnet as subnet 3, and IP should be 172.16.1.0/24. This should be the subnet IP, and then I click on add. This subnet has been added successfully. Now I create and review. So validation has been passed, and I click create button. So the subnet 2 with VNet 2 with subnet 3 has been created. Hopefully it will be done within a short time. So I'm waiting a while for this deployment. Deployment successful. If I go to the resources of VNet 2, we can see the IP address that is 172.16.0.0/16. And if I go subnet 2, I can see that subnets, I can see the subnet 3 also here with an IP 172.168.1.16.1.0/24. And now if I go back on the dashboard and create a virtual machine for this subnet 3, I need to click on the virtual machine icon and then click on create and pick up the virtual machine image, which one I'd like to create from the list. I have to select the resource group at first, then give this virtual machine a name like VM4, Is the same Sweden Central Region, which was Windows 2019 Data Center Edition, and give a username and password for this time, like I give it the name test user VM4 and password, the complex password. Okay, so test user VM4 is my username. And then I click next disk. I'm not doing anything regarding disk here. Networking, I have to do something here. I have to select the VNet. This should be on the VNet 2. And this should be on the subnet 3. It's already selected because we have only one subnet on VNet 2, and that is named subnet 3. And then I do nothing on management. On the monitoring, I just disable the boot diagnostics and then create and review. So validation has been passed and I click create. So it will deploy this virtual machine in a short time. Is ongoing. So maybe it takes 1 minute more. So I'd like to communicate with this virtual machine to other virtual machine on different subnets of VNet 1. So when it's done, I will log on with its public IP for the remote connectivity. And then I try to communicate with the virtual machine 1, 2, and 3 of VNet 1. So we have to wait a little bit longer. So it's done. If I go to click on the resources, I can see this virtual machine overview. This is the public IP address and this is the private IP address. And we also can see that this virtual network and subnet is VNet 2, subnet 3. If this error occurs, then we're going to go connect and run the comprehensive network connection test. And if I go back home and virtual machine and then VM4, hopefully this error will resolve in the meantime. Yeah, it's gone. So fresh and clean virtual machine is running right now. So I click copy to clipboard the public IP address and connect from remote network desktop connection. Paste the IP, connect. It'll ask for the username and password. Our username was test user VM4. Just try to connect and trust this certificate. It'll connect and configure for the first time. It might take 1 minute. Like you can see that test user 4 is trying to log on the virtual machine named VM4. So nice blue screen showing up. And the text bar is also available. And there's show up some message of network discovery. I say yes. And then if I go to this machines command prompt, we can see this basic information of this virtual machine. If we go like CMD and enter, then we have to wait a few seconds for the first time, as this is running for the first time. It might take a little bit longer. This is Virtual VM4 with our private IP. We can show the private IP. First of all, if it's to see VM host name, it's showing this VM4. If we need to see configuration like IP config, we can show that is IPv4 address is 172.16.1.4 is available here. And now I just go back to portal and main dashboard. I need to create now VNet peering. So for that reason, I need to go VNet 1 and then go setting. Yeah, from the setting and then pairing. And now I need to click on add, give a pairing name, like I'm going to make a VNet pair from virtual network 1 to 2. So for this reason, I can give a name like pairing VNet 1, 2, 2. VNet pairing 1 to 2. I allow the virtual network traffic is already allowed, and I also allow the forwarded remote virtual network traffic, and also give a pairing link, a remote virtual pairing link, a name on other way, like from VNet 2 to 1. Not from, okay, like pairing. Pairing VNet 2 to 1. And just do the following other way, the same way. Okay. Pairing 2 to 1. Resource Manager Classic. And as a subscription, I have to choose the virtual network here. As I'm communicating with from virtual network 1 to 2, I have to choose VNet 2 here. And again, I have to allow the traffic from virtual network and forward the traffic from the virtual network. And after that, I just need to click add. Okay, there's a space. There shouldn't be a space here. And there shouldn't be a space here. And then add. And now we have to wait a little. We'll already see the notification that the virtual network pairing has been added and updating itself automatically. Even I didn't close this notification. We can see that pairing VNet 1 to 2 process is updating, and it's paired to VNet 2. I just close that help. This one. And we can see that this is updating. If you refresh, you can see that now it's updated and it's connected with this pairing with VNet 2. Even if we go to the home and VNet 1 to VNet 2, you can see that this is also works from other end as well, like VNet 2 here. And it's, if you go to the pairing from setting, we can see that this is also connected with VNet 1. After creating VNet pairing link, we need to show that this really works. For example, to demonstrate, I need to ping from VM2 of subnet 1 to VM4 of subnet 3. You know, this subnet 1 and subnet 3 belongs to two different virtual networks. So let's jump on the portal again. And already VM4's remote network connection is running. You can see that this one is already running, VM4. And now I need to go back to VM2 from portal, copy the public IP address, make another session of remote network connection for VM2 of subnet 1, paste the IP, connect, asking for my password. So just this connection. So it will establish the connection with VM2 of subnet 1. VM2 of subnet 1 is running. So at the moment, if I go to the command prompt of there, from there, cmd, and if I like host name, you can see the host name is VM2 ipconfig. It will show the configuration of this one, that is 10.0.1.5. It's IPv4 address, and the other one, VM4, is also have an IP, and which is if I write down again ipconfig, it will show this one 172.16.1.4. Now I'm pinging from VM2, like ping 172.16.1.4. I'm from VM2. I'm to ping to VM4. When I'm ping, it's request time out. There's an issue. Definitely there's an issue. So to make sure it works on other end, I write down like 170 ping 10.0.1.5. That is VM2's IP address. The same error might occur in this side because these two are not making connection in between, but there is some issue of firewall. That's why it's not communicating with each other. So both the cases, 100% data lost. So what I can do, I can run this firewall.cpl command for VM4 and turn the Windows Firewall private IP off. This is only private IP. We should turn it off from VM4 and go on back to VM2 as well. Do the same thing, firewall.cpl, and go Windows Defender and turn off the Windows Defender with the private network. That's off. Now, after turning off firewall for the private virtual network, I come back to the command prompt of virtual machine 2 and ping 172.16.1.4, which is virtual machine 4's private IP address. When I ping to virtual machine 4, which belongs to another subnet of a different virtual network, it can communicate with the machine with echo packet. Now I come back to the command prompt of virtual machine 4 and do the same thing, like ping 10.0.1.5. It can show the same result with 0% data loss. So similarly, we can do the ping command with other virtual machine in between these two virtual networks and subnets. So it's using the private IP address for virtual networks and for communication using VNet Peering technology. So thanks for watching.